Hello, my amazing Tauruses. Welcome into your mid-June 2024 money and career tarot reading. I hope all is well. Before we jump into the cards, I got the epic overall message to support this reading of financial success. Absolutely amazing. Who doesn't want to hear that? I feel like it's a time of financial improvement as well, as your money comes and it goes, that ebb and flow of life takes place. But I wouldn't be surprised if you have the ability to, if you feel it's intuitively the right time, to pay something off or to pay 2 or 3 things off. And you may be pushed to at least think about when the right time is going to be if it's not between now and the end of June. But I want to say you're a hard-working soul, and people notice this. There may be a job where things are stressful, but I feel like there's also accomplishing and you need to give yourself an immense amount of credit for this, where you don't feel stressed. You could even be in the midst of a stressful situation, but I want to say as well, some of which deal with certain stresses at home. It may be due to your spirituality, who you're living with, maybe a habit or two, or just that situation in general. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Taurus who's working a day-to-day job or a night job, I want to say, specifically like myself, that is just poorly run, okay? And there's nothing that you can do about it, and there's nothing you should try to do about it, because this is all about easy accomplishments, flowing, adapting when need be, and getting things done so strategically to the point where you can then gain your finances, succeed in other ways, and move on forward, okay? We can't hold on to what isn't ours to carry, energy included, all right? It feels like things are constantly shifting in your world, whether it feels like it or not, and it isn't always feeling like it's in your favor, right? Maybe the energy or certain other aspects of that job or where you're living. It could be your business for a select few. But in a larger sense, if we take a step back, things, Taurus, are shifting in your individual favor. Your finances are going to be cleaned up and increasing rapidly. Somebody's business is about to take off tenfold. Your efforts don't go unnoticed. Your efforts very much are adding up as we speak, as the month trickles forward. But I want to say as well, you're being pushed to think about an ending, okay, from the past, and something you expect or maybe more so want to end in the future. The High Priestess speaks upon this being a very intuitive, very spiritually connected time. But I want to say your spirituality is very much supporting you in ways that are unspoken, unseen, all right? I'm hearing behind the scenes, even surrounding you in ways that you're not meant to be one with, because you may simply speak upon it unnecessarily, or you may need to just have your focus and awareness on this, and that otherwise. But and some spirits just don't like to be known in the midst of helping. But I do feel as if you are probably going to get downloads in regards to the future of one, if not 2 at most, money and career situations. Write it down, okay? I feel like you have a lot going on, whether you work, you're retired, or you are thinking about or are managing your money in certain ways or not. Does that make sense? Because I know everybody has completely different situations, but I do feel as if you have a lot going on, a lot going on up here, and that could be part of why you stumble at certain points. But you have a lot going on outside of you, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. So just write things down. Now, the Page of Wands, we're going to push you to get a release at certain points. I did hear creative release before beginning your reading as well, but release that negative approach, okay, or that negative perspective on that person, place, situation, you name it. I do feel as if the last week of the month, epically successful. I'm not saying before that, when we're talking about the remainder of June for you, but the last week, woo, you are going to be on fire, my friend, in such a simplistic, on-point manner. And people notice this. There's at certain points a hop and a skip about you if you look at this imagery. It reminds me of me at my night serving job at certain points. And this is supporting things. People like your energy. People even love and appreciate you when you're in maybe a little bit of a mood. And it's understandable due to one, if not multiple factors of that situation or your life in general. Nobody expects you to be perfect, so don't expect it from yourself. And if someone else expects you to do more when you can't, discard that expectation. Move on forward, all right? There's also a reminder in the midst of thinking about purposely one, if not two or three new beginnings for the future, of course, money and career oriented. If something's meant to continue, it's going to. If something's meant to begin, it's going to. All of which in divine timing. If you're meant to succeed at something in the moment, you're going to. If you're meant to delay it or not approach that level of success, that accomplishment in general, then you're not going to. Does that make sense? I feel like there's just purpose written all over your reading, all over your money and career path, even with the ups and downs, the lefts and rights, and the unknown factors, all the meanwhile. I feel like all the meanwhile kind of contradicting to follow up after that. You know more than meets the eye, okay? Whether it's who to trust in that work situation, when it comes to your business, or maybe the future of a situation or two. So just trust yourself and maybe remember what you've already learned and notice how to better trust what you're gaining otherwise throughout this period. Because the Ace of Swords speaks upon clarity, your mind feeling like a whirlwind, but at times productively being put to use, reminding me wholeheartedly of how that works to the advantage of this channel, this business, but has its disadvantages in my personal life and otherwise. And it feels like you are being noticed for your mind, all right? You're being noticed how you put it to use and even being noticed for it otherwise. But you're on your way, you're climbing towards more success. And you can see how the stairs kind of fade towards a darkness. I'm getting the moon card imagery being shown to me because it feels like on your way up towards more success, climbing the ladder, if you will, but in this case, they're showing stairs. It feels like there's mystery ahead. Even if you're predictive in nature, even if you know a lot about the future of this or that, or your path in general, there's still mystery, right? Let's pull a couple more. You're going to feel like organizing throughout the remainder of the month, and Spirit's saying don't hold yourself back, all right? Because this is going to not only make you look good for some in a situation, but it's going to feel good. It's going to clean things up mentally, awareness-wise, and energy-wise. Doing a backflip, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups, and separately, the Queen of Pentacles. I know it's an odd time in the reading towards the end to bring up this energy being yours overall, but this is what you're embodying. Doesn't mean you're not energetic at certain points. Doesn't mean you're not passionate. You're just grounded. I mean, people can't expect a Taurus to fully or at all lose their grounded nature just because something has bad energy or just because they have a lot on their plate. And if it does occasionally, then so be it. You know how to bring it on back to reground yourself. But look at this, casually, holding your pentacle, holding your money, and thinking, how do I want to invest it? Where do I want to put my money to best save it? You're being strategic, even when you don't realize it. There's also going to be a certain point or several points where the way you're sitting, maybe the way you're standing as well, and posing is what I'm getting, is speaking upon a spirit or two that's with you, and maybe an energy you're holding, yours and or someone else's, in that moment. Your connection to nature needs to be put to use selectively, if you can, to heal, to maybe get inspiration and content for some for online. But I do feel like it's a time for you where there's wish fulfillment taking place in small ways, and there's a bigger wish fulfillment right around the corner for you. There's a reason to celebrate. The energy just shifted when I held these two cards up because there's a sincerity about you, and that's part of the reason, just part of the reason why you deserve these two beautiful positive energies. You're going to connect to people strategically, and that's going to work to your advantage. You're going to feel like you can do no wrong when you put your best foot forward, even if that hasn't felt like the case up until this point or at certain points. It feels like they're saying as well, put your big heart forward and apply it strategically. But as we get ready to wrap up this beautiful reading, they're saying this is a time where you're meant to deal with less stress, Okay, because of the way you do things, because of your utilization of your past and experiences otherwise, but your knowledge and wisdom that you've gained up until this point. Save your money, my friend. Things are about to improve. Beautiful reading. So it was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light, Taurus. We'll talk again soon.